Are the Dallas Cowboys really considering trading a superstar to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a move that could shake the entire NFL? At first glance, it sounds crazy. Why would Dallas give up elite talent when they're trying to contend? But some insiders believe this could be a strategic play to gain depth, cap flexibility, and long-term assets. Still, others are calling it a disastrous gamble that could weaken the team instantly and frustrate fans even more. So, what's the real plan behind this potential blockbuster deal? And is this a genius move in disguise, or a decision the Cowboys will regret for years?
Stop everything, because what I'm about to tell you could completely change the future of the Dallas Cowboys. There are growing reports, whispers, and serious discussions heating up around a potential blockbuster trade between the Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, we're talking about a superstar-level move that could shake the entire NFL. This isn't just another rumor floating around social media. This is the kind of situation that front offices quietly explore behind the scenes, and when it leaks, it usually means something real is brewing. Cowboys Nation, you need to pay attention right now.
The big question is simple. Are the Cowboys really considering trading a superstar to the Steelers, or even bringing one in? And more importantly, is this actually a smart move, or a massive mistake waiting to happen?
Let's break it all down. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys are in a very interesting position. On one hand, they are one of the most talented teams in the NFL. On the other hand, they keep falling short when it matters the most. Year after year, expectations are sky high, and year after year, something goes wrong in the playoffs.
That frustration is building, not just among fans, but inside the organization.
And when that happens, teams start to think differently. They start asking tough questions. Do we run it back again, or do we make a bold move?
That's where this potential Steelers trade comes in.
Now, let's talk about why Pittsburgh would even be involved in something like this. The Steelers are a franchise that doesn't rebuild. They reload. They are always aggressive when they see an opportunity to upgrade their roster, especially when it comes to elite talent.
If a superstar becomes available, they will absolutely pick up the phone.
And right now, the Cowboys might be giving them a reason to call.
There are a few scenarios being discussed. One possibility is Dallas considering moving a high-profile defensive or offensive star in exchange for multiple assets, draft picks, depth pieces, or even another elite player who fits better into their system. Another scenario is the Cowboys trying to acquire a major piece from Pittsburgh to finally push themselves over the top. Either way, this isn't small. This is franchise-altering territory. Now, let's get into the real debate. Is this a good idea? From one perspective, making a blockbuster trade sounds exciting. It shows aggression. It shows urgency. It tells the fans in the locker room that this team is serious about winning right now.
And let's be honest, the Cowboys need that energy.
They've been close, but not close enough. Sometimes one bold move can be the difference between another early playoff exit and a Super Bowl run. But here's the problem. Trading a superstar is always risky. Always. You're not just giving up talent. You're giving up leadership, chemistry, and identity. The Cowboys have built a core group of players who know the system, who understand the expectations, and who have grown together. Breaking that up is not something you do lightly. And if the return isn't perfect, it can backfire badly.
We've seen it happen before in the NFL. Teams trade away elite players thinking they're making themselves better, and instead, they create a hole they can't fill.
So the Cowboys have to be extremely careful here.
Now let's flip it. What if Dallas is the one getting the superstar from Pittsburgh? That changes everything. If the Cowboys can bring in a game-changing player, someone who fills a major weakness, someone who elevates the entire roster, then suddenly this team looks completely different.
Imagine adding another elite weapon to the offense, or a dominant force on defense that takes pressure off everyone else.
That's how championships are built.
But again, it comes at a cost. Trades like this don't happen for cheap. You're giving up valuable picks, young talent, or even multiple players. It's a gamble.
And the Cowboys front office has to ask themselves, are we one move away?
Because if the answer is yes, then this trade makes sense. If the answer is no, then you might be sacrificing your future for a short-term push that doesn't work out. That's the balance. And that's why this situation is so fascinating.
There's also another layer to this that people aren't talking about enough: pressure.
The Cowboys are under massive pressure right now, from fans, from media, from within the organization. Every move they make is under a microscope. And when pressure builds, teams sometimes make decisions they normally wouldn't.
That could lead to a bold, aggressive trade.
Or it could lead to a panic move.
There's a difference.
A smart trade is calculated. It's planned. It fits a long-term vision. A bad trade is emotional. It's reactive. It's driven by frustration.
So the question becomes, which one is this?
Because if Dallas is making this move out of desperation, that's dangerous. But if they've identified the right opportunity, the right player, the right deal, then this could be a masterstroke. Let's also talk about the locker room impact. When a superstar gets traded, players notice. It sends a message. If the Cowboys trade away a big-name player, some guys might start questioning the direction of the team. Others might feel motivated to step up. If they bring in a superstar, it can energize the entire roster, but it can also shift dynamics. Chemistry matters more than people think. You can't just stack talent and expect everything to work perfectly. There has to be balance. And that's something the Cowboys' coaching staff will have to manage carefully. Another important factor is timing. When does this trade happen? Is this something building up to the draft? Is it a mid-season move? Is it part of a bigger off-season strategy?
Timing changes everything.
A trade before the season gives players time to adjust. A mid-season trade creates urgency, but also chaos. So if this deal is real, and if it's close, the timing will tell us a lot about the Cowboys' mindset. Now let's talk about the fans. Cowboys fans are some of the most passionate in the world, and right now, they're hungry. They want results. A blockbuster trade would explode across social media. Some fans would love it. Others would hate it. That's the nature of these moves. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing: winning. If the trade works, it's genius. If it fails, it's a disaster. There's no middle ground with moves like this. And that's why this situation is so intense right now. Because the Cowboys are standing at a crossroads. Do they stay patient, trust their current roster, and hope this is the year everything clicks? Or do they take a risk, make a huge move, and try to force their way into championship contention? That decision could define the next few years of this franchise.
And the Steelers, they're watching closely.
They're evaluating their own situation, their own needs, and whether this is a deal that benefits them. Because make no mistake, Pittsburgh isn't going to help Dallas unless it helps them too. This would be a strategic move on both sides. And that's what makes it so intriguing. So right now, we wait. We watch. We listen for updates. Because something is happening behind the scenes. Whether it turns into a real trade or not, the fact that these discussions are even happening tells you everything you need to know about where the Cowboys are mentally. They're not satisfied. They're not comfortable. They're looking for something more.
And that's exactly where big moves come from. But here's the final thought.
Not every big move is the right move.
Sometimes the smartest decision is staying patient and building steadily.
Other times, the bold move is the one that changes everything.
The Cowboys have to decide which path they're on.
And if this Steelers trade becomes reality, we're going to find out very quickly whether it was brilliance or a massive gamble that didn't pay off.
So stay locked in, because this story is just getting started, and things could escalate fast.
If you're a Cowboys fan, you do not want to miss what happens next.